All right, continuing forward, one more quick thing to say about these dark elements, of these alien dark elements, okay? Now, when I lived in Hawaii, I was contacted by some of these dark elements, okay? For those that don't know, I started out in an esoteric Christian order. They knew all about the order. They knew about Father Blyton. They knew that I was in this order. And they said that I was chosen to head up the new order, okay? And that Jesus was a hologram, okay? Jesus was not a real personage. Jesus was a hologram, okay? Now, I saw things happening there, like a guy would go in this closet and he'd just be gone. Yeah. And the guy that was there, he would eat rancid meat. I saw him actually eating rancid meat. Okay? So, yeah, I've had a lot of crazy experiences in my life. And I fought with this guy against what he was saying. And they got a call in the middle of the night, get her out of here. Her kind has destroyed our kind many times. Okay? Yeah. It's actual true story of some of the things that have happened in my life. But, yeah, the guy that I knew that introduced me, he was a walk-in. What happened with him, he was in an airplane, and the airplane caught fire, and they didn't have enough parachutes. His choice was to either jump out of the plane with minus parachute or to burn up in the plane. He chose to jump. And about halfway down, he said this being contacted him and said, I can save your life, but you have to give me admission into your body. He made that deal. Okay, and found himself on the ground unscathed. Now, he had one of these big crystals, and I smashed the thing. I did. There were a number of people that would have liked to have killed me during my life, no joke. But yeah, I smashed it. He tried to, he said, oh, these beings are there, and they would take him at night. And he had me sit up with him once at night, and that they were going to come take me too. And they didn't take me, but he was gone, and he'd be the other side of the island in the morning, okay? Now, he didn't have a car, wasn't driving, wasn't, but these things happened, and then he introduced me to these other ones, and it was supposedly the, was it the Star Command they said it was? I can't remember which alien beings. But again, they wanted to promote this false ideation. And I absolutely was not going to have it. I was not going to go down that road. I'm not looking for power. I'm not looking for, but that's what they tried to induce you with. You're going to be the head of the order. You're going to be, no. So I know exactly how these things work, these beings that are supposed to be beings of light, some of these alien ones. Now, this is not to say they're all evil. Absolutely no. There are those that are for our benefit, and then there are those that are wanting to control and put other things into motion. Okay? And you've got to have an awareness of what this stuff is coming from. Because like I said, the danger is they will say a lot of things that are true, but then they start slipping in these things that are shadow substances. Okay? They can continue to plant those seeds of shadow that they hope will take root. and choke out the light. Okay, so one has to be aware of where these things are coming from. Everything that's channeled is not up higher, okay? A lot of people get into channeling these beings and these, disincarnate entities, and people think because it's channeled, it's higher. Not always, no. And that's why it is so important to understand and look at what's coming. And if it's got some shadow in it, you're going, no, that doesn't sound right, then don't buy into it because the rest of it sounds good. So you think, well, I'm just going to ignore this and the rest of it sounds really good. Well, that's how people get down this road, and they get into these cults and they get into these things, and because it gets indoctrinated into it bit by bit by bit, okay, and keeps eating away at the fabric of truth and the fabric of reality, and replaces it with these shadow substances. So when I was listening to this Myers thing, and knowing with my experience with these alien beings, now I never saw them directly, did not have direct face-to-face with any of these alien beings, but I have had that, I have had those experiences with it, okay? And so I'm not just speaking because this is something I've heard and I'm regurgitating. No, this is my direct experience with this type of thing. Now, like I said, I went through the Kundalini journey, and I've had a lot of different things coming in and out, experiences, of the subtle realm, etc. So, been there, done that, passed through that, and came out the other side with that dismantling of ego, dismantling into the divine is, and understanding as to where these things come out. Mind can be very, very creative. Okay? This is why you don't do third eye meditations. This is why you don't do this thing, because you can create astral realm after astral realm after astral realm. And these things can appear to be very, very real. Okay? And can really take people down a path that leads away from the light. Okay? So be aware of your journey, where you're going, and this is not to say give up your journey. Absolutely, there's nothing like coming to the end of that journey, whether you have a near-death experience and you're open to that realm of there is no death, and it's the divine is a loving being, okay. Or whether you go beyond that and have realization, go to realization, which is a total dismantling, okay, that takes place. And one finds out the reality of the universe, okay, and then can come back and can share whatever you can share. Now, I wish we could wave a magic wand and that everybody could go through that and lose all their trauma, because that's what happens with realization. Your trauma is all dismantled. All of this stuff is dismantled, and one comes into it freed of all the baggage that one has carried for lifetimes. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to leave that here. I don't know why that was to come out today, but apparently it was time for that to come out. So I'm leaving this here again. I will get to Ren Fair here this morning sometime. I am. Really, I'm leaving right now. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you with Hoagie later today. Thanks.